Hey guys, Chad Wesley Smith here for Juggernaut Training Systems and JTSStrength.com. Just answering some questions that I got through Facebook. Make sure you head over to the Juggernaut Training Systems page on Facebook, like it, take advantage of our weekly Q&As with Team Juggernaut members, ask me questions. Now I'll answer them either just right there on the page in one of these videos, or if it's a really good question, maybe turn it into an article. This question is from David Couts, and he's asking about any modifications that I would make for older, over 40 lifters to the Juggernaut method to avoid injuries or overtraining. This is a question I get kind of frequently, and I'll speak not just necessarily for the Juggernaut method, but for training in general. I think as you become older, recovery is more at a premium. When you're 40, you're just not going to recover as well as when you were 17. It's just a matter of fact. So because of that, you need to focus more on the quality of your work rather than the quantity of your work. And I think it's a really good idea to look at like a 2-day-a-week training template, which I have outlined in the book. So your 2-day-a-week template would look something like, the first session, you would squat on the percentages of the Juggernaut method, and then maybe do some kind of pressing, either overhead pressing, incline bench, push press, like a secondary upper body move on the as the second movement, and use the percentages of 5, 3, 1 for that, and then go through the rest of your day with full body accessory work. So you're going to do something, but full body accessory work, but a little bit more geared towards the lower body, since the squat was your main movement that day. So you would, let's say, do a posterior chain move, an upper body pulling exercise, horizontal or vertical, and then something for your quads, maybe a unilateral movement like walking lunges, split squats, or step ups, and abs. Then your second primary training day that week, you would do your primary exercise would be an upper body movement. Let's say the bench press. Do that on the Juggernaut method percentages. Then your second movement for the day would be kind of a secondary lower body movement. So let's call it maybe like snatch grip deadlifts off blocks. That seems to be the popular thing around Juggernaut and the cube method crowd right now. So you do snatch grip deadlifts off blocks, but for 5 through 1 percentages, keep it just to the minimum reps, the minimum prescribed reps, and then do more of an upper body emphasized accessory work, but still a little bit of lower body work in there. So you do some upper body pulling, maybe a high rep pressing variation, and then whatever your weak point is, whether it's hamstrings and low back or quads, do an extra exercise for that, and then abs. Also, you're going to want to get in some extra sessions during the week to promote recovery with some aerobic work. So that could be just like a 20 or 30 minute session where you maybe do 10 minutes of mobility work at the start, foam roll, different self-myofascial release, hip mobility, scapular retraction work, diaphragmatic breathing, all those kind of things, and then a 20 minute aerobic session. And there's tons of ways to do that, which I outline in the book. But tempo runs, or tempo work is what I would prescribe there. You can do that with running, obviously, or you could do it with dragging the sled, pushing the prowler. You can do it on the treadmill, bike, in the pool. And what you're really looking at there is doing 20 to 40 seconds of work at submaximal intensity, maybe 60 to 75% of your maximum speed, maximum output, and interspersing that with push-ups, body weight rows like on the rings or blast straps or TRX or whatever, and abs. So let's say I'm doing my tempo work on the bike. I'm going to ride the stationary bike for 40 seconds at about 75% output, which should be in the 100 to 120 RPM range depending on your fitness levels. And then when I finish the 40 seconds, hop off, do 10 push-ups. Catch your breath for maybe 15-20 seconds, back on the bike, ride for 40 seconds again, hop off, 20 to 30 reps of abs, back on the bike. I think a good starting place with that is 2 sets of 6. So that's 2 sets of 6 40-second rides, and then you have the calisthenic work in between. The next week bump it up to 2 sets of 8, then 2 sets of 10. That would bring you to your deload week. Still stay with the aerobic work during the deload week, and then you can restart over at 2 sets of 6. Pick a new activity if you want, or stay with the same one. Aerobic work's really going to improve your recovery, just improve your general fitness, your physique. I think everyone should be including that in their work. Even super heavyweight powerlifters, strongmen, aerobic work's really important. It's just going to make you a better lifter, a better athlete, just a healthier person. So make sure you're getting your aerobic work done. Older lifters, stick to 2 or 3 day a week training. Focus on your recovery. Make sure you're getting enough sleep. I mean, that goes for lifters of any age, but I think older lifters are going to be well served with a 2 day a week training template.